Good morning. Just another day in pre-algebra. So here's our joke today. How do you fix a broken tuba? With a tuba glue. Tuba glue, that's it. Alright, so today we are going to page 355. And if you haven't noticed already, you really need to go there. That's going to make it super helpful. So what we're doing today is going to be a lot more mental math, doing a lot of computing in your mind, which a lot of you prefer, compared to actually writing it out. And we're going to be using percents. So really, go to this page. You need to look at the table that is on that page. That will really help. So we're going to be finding the percent of a number just using our minds. So this is going to be just a lot of practice and memorization. So if you look at that table kind of in the middle of the page, that gives you a breakdown of what the different percents equal as a fraction. And when we think of it like a fraction, it'll help us find the answer quicker. All right, so here's the first example. It's saying 75% of 24. So the first thing that they want us to do is to change 75% into a fraction. So really, we should just already know, and we try to memorize, so you really need to kind of look at the table, is that just try to remember that 75% equals 3/4. Okay? So the next step is think about, we're trying to find 3/4 of 24. So the way that I like to think of it as divide 24 by the denominator. So 24 divided by 4, we know that's 6. So that would be if it were being divided by 4, but we're doing 3/4. So you divide it, you get 6. Then take that number and multiply it by the numerator. So you would get 3 times 6, which is 18. And that is how you would find your answer. Is that it is 18. It's 3/4 of the way there. So it's 18. 18 is similar to 3/4 when you compare 18 out of 24. So that's the mental math, is that 18 is 75% of the way, 75% of 24. So think about that. Maybe we'll do another example here. Try it out. Let's do 40% of 50. Okay, 40% in my mind is 4/10, which is 2/5. So I'm going to divide 50 by 5, which is 10, and then I multiply that by 2, and that's 20. So 20 is our answer, and that's the answer in the book. Okay, so does that help you make sense? So divide your number by the denominator, and then multiply that by your numerator, and you get your answer. Pretty simple for all you I don't want to write anything down kind of people. Let's go to the next page. All right, now what about decimals? 10% of 76. So I know, again, we'll just think about my method and see how it works here. 10% is 1/10, so 76 divided by 10 would be, well, 7.6. But here's the thing, whenever you see 10%, we can just simply move our decimal place one place to the left whenever you see 10%. The same thing is true if you just see 1%. So our next example is 1% of 122. So if we talk about 1%, we move our decimal place 2 places. So we get 1.22. Okay. So there's 10%, 1%. That's the easy, quick way to do that all in your head. So you don't have to write anything down. Hooray! Give me a round of applause. All right, next one. Estimate percent of a number. So here it is. We got 26% of 64. So we're going to round. 26% is closest to 25%, which would be 1/4. So my method again, 64 divided by 4 is 16. Yep. and we multiply that by 1. So we would say this is about 16. Remember, because we're estimating, so we have to put the about. So we rounded 26. Now what about an example where we estimate both? So that's this next one. We've got 39% of... Actually, let's not do that one. I want to do the one right to the right. So we have 2/3% of 891. So here's an example where we can estimate both. So 2/3 is close to 1%, and 890 would be close to 90%, or 900, excuse me. I'm getting confused. So remember, with 1%, we move our decimal place 2 places to the left. So we would say this is about 9. That's all we got to do. So remember, with estimate, just kind of, round things to what makes it kind of more like a whole number. That's really the best way to describe it. Okay, so we'll just make this video short and sweet. If you have questions, let me know in class, or you can just kind of rewind, watch this again. But remember, the big ideas is really nail down what your percents are as fractions. Really try to memorize those, and from there, that will solve your problems much quicker, more quickly. There it is. Okay, I will see you in real life.